37.
It's supernatural, and it does involve the weird little rhyme. If you talk, he can curse you.
So he has. But we need him to talk. This is a thing. Grackle.
Yes.
Remember that limerick that he used before, well, looking at you?
Yes, you give me the evil eye.
Does Barnabas remember the big specific wording? Adam doesn't remember the exact wording. If he says something along the lines of skin like ice, bones like glass, crack and snap, fracture smash. Basically, if he gets to skin like ice, bap him one. Don't let him finish it. That's
Uh,
his job.
yeah, I usually do, but for some reason, he was able to do it while moving around. It's very hard to strike him. But yes, I felt something really bad coming on.
Well, let's just, tie him up so he won't move around. And then if he starts saying skin like ice, bat him one.
Okay, Alistair offers his silk rope and grappling hook to tie up the little chiseler who's doing the tying.
Think Mort?
Giant Mort ties a big ass knot around around the guy. Okay, so he's kind of all wrapped up in the in the rope.
Okay.
Do you want him to wake now?
Barnabas is going to insist that Grackle actually be nearby so he can bap him as opposed to be standing halfway across the room.
Yep. He will take average, which is 9.
I think when you tie
I'll be
somebody
right
up,
back.
you can auto 20 on your grapple check.
Pizza went face first into the carpet. I'm just gonna help with that one sec.
Okay, this thing takes 2 spells to wake up.
Oh, I see what you mean by average.
Yep. Alistair using his witch spells to cast Cure Light Wounds.
All right, yeah, Buster. Now don't go throwing the cursor, so you're gonna get bapped.
You. He's looking around. You made enemies of the Chiselers.
Well, we came for a friendly conversation, and we found that you had a bunch of these golems around destroying everything.
You came to steal. He's looking at all the goods that the Nezumi are packing away. Can't help but notice that, he doesn't have any of his armor on, or his weapons are nearby. The cube is all smashed, although I don't know if you could see that from where he's down. Where is Junker? I don't know where.
It's really a thing about perception, really. It's not really about fucking stealing, if you get me. All we came for was a bit of beard.
You let me live. What do you want? What are you here for?
Hoarfrost. Look for fire.
He looks nervously around the room. He knows what you're talking about.
We're trying to find the beastie and just give it a little trim.
He's not here.
Alright. Where is he?
If I tell you, you leave and let me live.
I think so. I think we've got lessons learned here.
Does Barnabas mean that?
Adam thinks Barnabas means that. Adam means that. I don't.
Okay, so
like it's.
And you're not gonna bash me? A slice? He laughs a little bit when he sees Grackle.
How do your bones feel?
Don't look at me funny, and I won't have to, will I?
Fine, let me go. You let me go now. I'll tell you where you could find Hoarfrost.
You tell us first. We're being more than pleasant, really. Given the circumstances, I think we're being multi-ployed. And he puts he takes out the little bit of whiskey he put in one of the frosty glasses and he puts it out beside the guy who's all tied up.
You need a key to get to Hoarfrost, and I'm the one who knows how to make them. You need to let me go for me to get the keys.
Is it about this big? With like a little heart-shaped thing on the end?
It's a key. Made from ice. It will open an icy door.
Why do you need 3 of them?
What?
He's worming along the ground.
You bastards!
He sees that you've broken into the cube.
You don't need 3 of them. You only need 1.
Oh, were they all the same?
Yeah, they're all the same.
Stick the key into the icy door. The key will get absorbed, the door will open, and then you'll be in his lair.
Alright, what is he?
Hoarfrost?
Hoarfrost.
He's a dragon. A dragon of ice and snow.
Sense motive. Do I
Okay.
believe him? Is he telling porcupines?
I just clenched when I heard that. I'm just saying. You're a smarter man for saying sense motive.
34.
There might be more to it, maybe.
Or this guy might be a little bit dumb. It might be like a frost worm or something like that. Like, yeah. Alright, so we'll say it's a dragon. How big is he?
Big? Bigger than you? Bigger than you?
He says to Mort.
Alright. What would his beard be? Dragons have beaks, don't they?
What do you want with an ice dragon's beard?
It's not really me who's interested in it.
Ah.
Wouldn't want to upset the briars, would you?
Let's just say I make keys of ice. And so does Hoarfrost.
So you're saying that you could make a key of us that could open up something else? And so could Hoarfrost.
You're pretty strong, you and your band, but you don't know what you're trifling with.
Well, they don't pay us to know what we're trifling with. They pay us to trifle with it.
Mercenaries. Very interesting.
He's grinding his teeth. He doesn't think it's interesting. He thinks it's frustrating.
From a certain perspective, I can see how you'd think it's interesting.
Some have come before you looking for Hoarfrost and his treasures. He's a dragon. Others have come for his beard. At least those knew what his beard was. You're foolish. You're trifling in fey concerns.
And who says it wasn't the Fae that's telling us to do the trifling?
Which fey is telling you to do the trifling?
Briar.
What? Briars? That's a problem.
I think it is, because they're mad. It's not a good thing. Not a good thing one bit.
Briars,
At least with the humans, you know where they are. Bunch of fairies all over the place.
He looks at Mort.
well, then you have what you need. Let me go.
Well, we need to know. We're not here to kill a dragon. We're here to pick up a beard. What about this beard? What do the others know about the beard that we don't?
I just told you I make keys of ice, and so does Hoarfrost. Only his keys grow.
They're on his face like a normal beard, or is it like a metaphorical beard?
Oh, it's his beard, all right. Try to shave a dragon. Try to give it a beard cut, you're gonna get bit.
Sounds about
Then he
right.
laughs a bunch, but he's probably got some broken ribs, so he ends up coughing up blood.
All right. Well,
Let me go. You have what you need.
all
No.
right.
No need to involve the briars.
Of course, no need to involve the briars.
We're just cutting ice here. Ice for the nobles. Ice for the humans.
It does make certain alcohols better.
Yes, ice makes the world go round.
Give us a hand, Mort. I'm gonna plunk him in this chair, still tied up. We're gonna put a little glass of whiskey in front of him on the table.
Yep.
Don't worry about you freezing before your crew come back, yeah?
Crew will be tired after a day of working. Don't worry. We'll give you no bother.
He's lying. You probably don't want to come back here.
If anybody comes up our backside and came from here, we're gonna burn the whole thing to the ground.
Ah,
Type of threat in a place like this has more fucking meaning than it normally does. Melt the whole thing into a pot of stew or some shit. Alright then.
that's the thing with ice. As long as you've got water.
As long as you've got water. Pleasure doing business with you.
Fuck you. Do mention to the briars that we were cooperative.
Nothing but glowing nature's no report.
This little thing wants to murder you.
I think we exit stage left.
Okay, you start. Well, we're just gonna leave him there, says Alistair.
Well, hasn't done anything.
You see no faces.
Why hasn't seen no face now, has he? We're not here to disrupt the trade.
He's looking over his shoulder.
Alright, I understand you're pissed. Get the fuck out of here. Let's go.
Alright, so you rein Alistair in, gather him outside.
Crackle.
Okay, now what?
I think we try to collect up our scout, and I think we go to where it is coldest.
Yeah, the party learned from talking to the halflings that the northern side of the lake is the coldest part of the lake.
And there's the riders or the striders or the...
There's something called the Cold Rider that is out there, and you also know that there is a dire polar bear named Frosty that's somewhere out there as well.
Mort needs a frosty skin coat. That only fits when he's big.
At least we... Chuck is like trying to put a piece of the door back. And, at least we didn't kill him. We did wreck his place, though.
It's just us. As long as he's got water, he can put it back together again. That's what he said.
Most of his possessions accidentally fell into our own possession.
Yeah, Los flies up. Hey! Speeding back is Brita. The work crews aren't done yet. They're still working.
Perfect.
We should get away from here. She looks at the destroyed door.
Don't worry, it's fine.
It's the chief in there, isn't it?
Oh, he's just having a meal. Joining after dinner a potief.
Oh,
She glances in, sees all the destruction.
okay. Are we going back to the lake? We going back to town?
Heading back into the lake, yes.
North.
Okay, so you guys left
Or
in
actually,
the
we could go back
morning.
to town and then...
It's
Oh, better for let's go back to the hotel.
it is noon at this point.
I believe Olaf made we're gonna go north. He says loudly, and then we're gonna head north and then go back to town.
All right, you guys go out onto the ice. You kind of sit down, put all your skates on. Chaga needs someone to help them tie his skates, because reasons. You prop them up, and after a few hours of skating, you guys return to Wintersnook.
Nope.
Sprita beelines directly to the center of town, to the Cozy Hearth Inn.
How much was the tab?
Several hundred gold pieces.
It's not too bad. We're adventurers.
It's not bad.
Nothing ridiculous.
It was very expensive, as I think Fox said last time. They probably import a lot of their food, yes, but they do charge people insane amounts for the luxury luxury items that they have there. Sprita kind of avoids you guys after this.
All right.
She goes and gets a quick drink at the bar, and then just kind of ducks at the side of the bar, leaving the group of you to.
We are trouble.
Mayor Bluck comes wandering over. Hey, you're back? He says. I thought you checked out yesterday. Couldn't stay away, huh?
Oh, turns out we've got a little bit more business in this region, and we figured to be best to stay the north in civilization.
Couldn't stay away. What was it? Oh, it is the general experience, all the food and drink, I think. The warmth. Chaga's warming himself by the fire, even though he cast Endure Elements the day.
Endure Elements only makes it so it feels like it's 75
Right,
Fahrenheit.
right. Well, luckily, no one has rented your room. In a few hours, we are gone. And surprise. Mayor Bluck is fine with you guys staying here. Halflings are taking all the stuff that you guys put down and putting it up into your room.
When's the next ice skate bowl game?
You find out from the mayor it's next week.
Next week? And your player who got his ankle bust, do you take him to a priest, or how does that work?
Mayor Bluck nods. We were able to convince our priestess to Mother Zim to cast spells on his ankle. He should be ready by next week, if not the week after. You can see you're being served by people that are wearing red scarves and like bits of red T-shirts, and you know, like it was just a thing you didn't quite notice before, but yeah.
So is there a different mayor for when Blue loses?
No. He found the question odd.
How does the council work when you've got... Do you have two councils, a red council and a blue council, or just one council that's red and blue?
The mayor comes out with a bottle of whiskey and he pours you guys all a shot. One council. Why? Why are you interested?
Just particularly interesting, I suppose. Social structures and that sort of thing.
Yeah, one council.
It's a one council. Is it something that you've imported from off-world, yeah?
Yes. Yeah, Yes, it is an older tradition. The Council of Elders. Well, some of us aren't so old.
Yeah.
He fixes his hair, which is all but fallen out along the top, and it's kind of clinging to the side of his head.
All right, well, so do you have a what we call an old wise woman or a bard or someone who specializes in stories from the old?
I believe you've met Mother Zim. She's our priestess. There are some older folk. What sort of stories are you looking for?
Well, as I understand it, you've come from refugees from a far world. Wondering about
Yes,
travel.
that. As I told you before, we look to the future to make things better for all of the Hin folk that are here in Wintersnook. We call ourselves Hin sometimes. Halflings, yes, it's more of what the name, a name that humans gave us. Either one, it doesn't bother us.
Since more of DC-40, it bothers a little bit.
They're too proud to let you see that it bothers them.
Yeah.
They're too proud, or they're too hospitable. Maybe a little dash of both.
So I think Barnabas, as per what Mark was saying before, is going to just try to get information on how the process of planar travel, but like worked. Like how did it go?
Yep.
What is the structure? Did you go through the rings?
Yeah, so you're going to spend the rest of the day basically chilling at the inn asking questions. Give me a diplomacy check to gather information.
All right. Let's see what we can get from the Barnabas. 34.
All right. As much as they look to the future, there is a statue of a halfling who's called the Plane Hopper in town.
Wow, let's take a look at that fucking thing.
Can we take a picture? Can we see what that picture looks like?
Sure.
Does he have kind of a long beard and a stupid face? Leaf on his head. A leaf for a hat. Because you weren't from the person I might be thinking of wasn't from there, but he had a penchant for being like, he likes seeding places with other people. It's like, you're from here. Go there.
How many people? 500? All right, give me a few hours.
Or could it be Azzy, or could it just be a halfling from that realm?
Okay.
As his friend, so.
Who is going to go check out the statue?
Barnabas is interested in the statue.
Grackle wants to see what this history is about.
Okay.
He likes history.
Chaga will go as well. He'll bring Los, but Los will be inside. The rest seem to be more eager to go and identify the goods that they found, especially given that a lot of the treasure was built for small creatures.
All the little creatures are like, hey,
Yep.
one of us is going to be very full play.
The statue is actually in the Winter Shrine.
Okay.
You go there, you can see that there must be some sort of like children's class. There's about half a dozen halfling kids sitting cross-legged on little mats, and you can see that there are like some halfling priests teaching them about Sylvanas. You are approached by Mother Zim.
We'll, like, take his hat off.
Yep. Chaga kind of leans his tower shield on the inside of the door, just so he's not bumping things over.
We heard you had a shrine to the Plane Walker here. We were wondering if we could partake in your people's history.
Well, we don't quite worship the Plane Hopper, she says, but we do honor him. We have not... He has not graced our presence in some time. She
It's kind
walks.
of unexpectedly.
Yep. You could see that there are some smaller alcoves with shrines, and then there's a shrine of Sylvanas, which is this giant carved leaf hanging kind of above the altar. But you do notice that there are... These must be local customs. There are a lot of like cornucopia motifs. Like the edges of the shrine have cornucopia, and you can see that there are fruits and things that are inside the shrine. You can see the children are all lining up to the shrine, and the priest is plucking a grape or little bits of fruit from the shrine and kind of giving each of the children something to eat from the cornucopia.
Knowledge, religion.
Yeah, Barnabas is a little too nosy.
It's just good to have leverage sometimes, you know. 35.
Religions do tend to evolve, and sometimes they take the best from the best or different rites from previous religions. There's definitely overtones of Yondola here, which is the halfling grain goddess. The creator of halflings, actually. The head of the old halfling pantheon. They might be adhering to the strictures of the Imperium by having a House of the Holy dedicated to Sylvanas, but they're... Yeah. This is borderline. In very stuffy circles, this might be considered heretical.
As long as he's getting what he wants, he keeps that information to himself to use as leverage if he needs to. So,
yep. Mother Zim. Not much is known about the Plane Hopper. He came to the valley where our ancestors lived, and before the dangers of Dragonfire could engulf us, he helped us escape.
it was Dragonfire that was the reason for fleeing.
Yes.
I heard rumor that there was something to do with undead, but apparently those were wrong.
Oh. Agrova once was a world filled with all sorts of races. Dwarves, elves, men, hinfolk like us, orcs, others. During the Fell Plague, most of the other races were wiped out. And rising from the aftermath of the Fell Plague were the Undying Lords. We halflings defeated the Undying Lords, locking them away, or so we were told, and lived upon Agrova for hundreds of years, flourished, spread across the world until it was threatened by flights of dragons. A dragon god decreed that Agrova was his and began making an example out of many of our villages. Our forefathers came here. She...
Is there a bit of a paradox in that story, or I mean, it might be again rumors. You know, sometimes things don't, move as well. Well, isn't there? I heard a rumor that there might be a dragon north of here. That this is his domain. Or is that just silly city folk things?
It's Fey business. We try to not get involved. We made a deal with the Chiselers when we first came here. We enjoyed the lake, but soon came to realize that there are quite a few Fey that lived here long before us. Of course, the Fey did suffer at the hands of their own wars, she says carefully, like she's dancing through a minefield talking to a couple of humans that are likely citizens. Yeah.
Well, Fey business is pretty complex, especially with the decree, the last Fey law, and all that.
Yes. We are aware of that decree. Fey are welcome here.
So the Planewalker came to your valley, is this how the story goes, and rescued you from Dragonfire.
The Plane Hopper.
Hopper.
He rode upon a grasshopper.
Must be a wee fella.
He is Hin. Of a line of Hin heroes, no doubt. I believe I'm related.
Grover must have pretty big grasshoppers.
She smiles. Would you like to see him? His shrine's out back.
Love to.
Okay. She brings you up back, and you can see there's a little circular well, like you're standing inside a well, kind of a circular wall. There is a beautifully carved giant grasshopper with big green gems for eyes, and you can see riding upon it is a halfling that is as round as he is tall, big chubby cheeks. He's got magic items and what looks like a rod or a staff. And let me get his token.
You left me as a... That sounds like who's being described.
Oh, that would be great. As I.
Yep.
There's
Boom,
the
boom.
statue of the plane hopper.
Where is he?
Boom, boom.
Where can you guys? Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Oh, right on. I guess he was rescued somehow.
Is a hin on a grasshopper.
Yep, and it says
Very
there's a
strange.
plaque that says 1,001 thanks to the plane hopper who strode like a giant upon his faithful bug to free us from the clutches and fires of dragons, to brave the unknown between the plains, to deliver us to our nook.
How did he get you here? Was it through the ring?
Very interesting. Poor grasshopper. I feel sorry for it.
I was much too young to remember exactly how, she says.
Sense motive? This is one of those, like...
Yeah.
No, no,
How old are you?
You're playing hockey cuffs of her a basketball or whatever outside.
Ice skip ball.
Ice skip ball. Uh, I I don't believe you. I believe you just don't want to tell me. 34.
Yeah, she doesn't know.
Well, she doesn't know. Barnabas, I think, is really, really smart. Just checking to see if he does like sketches.
Not all of us arrived at the same time. This is a place that the plane hopper has visited several times. There are also halflings out there that have arrived by the gate, by the song gate that is kept in the imperial capital, far from here.
This plane hopper. How long ago did he help you arrive here?
Me, myself, I was but a tyke, she says.
How old are you, if you do not mind me asking? My age, the age of my people is not very.
She minds.
I apologize. It is very common in my culture to ask for the age of a man.
What culture is that?
He looks like he's lying. Hmm?
So, would it be knowledge history, or what would be the knowledge to, now that we have a visual reference of who we're talking about, what would be to know of this hero of legend?
Sure. It would be a knowledge history, I think.
Okay, we're gonna use.
Hey, give me a second. Let me set a DC. The DC is 32.
We're gonna. I didn't know that, so we're gonna use a take 20 just because that's what we're gonna do anyway. So that's a. I actually needed that anyway. So 39.
Okay, what are you asking about? So you know of him, sure.
He wants to know how the plane hopper hopped between planes.
You know that the plane hopper was capable of casting spells. Likely he hopped between planes using plane shift.
But there's a lot of in here.
Oh, as long as you got enough time on your hands.
I know a guy.
Based on the cooking you have in the hotel, I can understand why this would be your a folk hero of legend. Well fed.
She waits politely, but
Very brave Hin. Would like to have met him.
I suppose I have. I have not met him as an adult, if that's what you're asking. There are stories of many Hin out there being saved by the plane hopper. We believe that he's might still be at it today. The dragons that conquered our world, some of them were very destructive. Others, well, they found uses for Hin hands and have enslaved our people there.
Very disagreeable.
Typically, things were better under the Imperium. Not always. About as neutral as he's going to get on that topic.
Yep.
Thank you very much for your time. Praise be to Sylvanus.
Praise be. Let us pray to Sylvanus, and you notice that her hand kind of slips in a little bit to touch a holy symbol that she still hasn't, shown you what it is. Yep. Praise be that the dragon chariot does not appear in the sky on this world.
And let the cornucopia be ever bountiful. Or he's going to pick something of Yondala's that is Yondelin themed version of a thing. It's going to have something to do with food,
Okay.
and it's going to.
Give me a knowledge arcana. She made a really weird reference.
Okay.
The
37.
chariot of
What was it?
the
37?
chariot of dragons, or
Yes,
chariot of something.
that is the reference.
Yeah.
37 is the check.
You're not sure what that is.
Hang on. Chariot of the what now?
Oh, it's a story that survives from the plane hopper. There are many stories that some of the halfling families, well, they keep alive. They're words of the plane hopper, after all.
You wouldn't happen to have those written down somewhere, would you?
Oh, oral tradition, she says.
He's going to switch to halfling. I've said a little bit,
They said the beginning of the dragon's attacks came as the dragon's chariot appeared in the sky above Grova.
Dragon's chariot in the skull. Chariot in the skull.
The god king of dragons lives upon the chariot. It is from there where he mounted his attacks.
In those stories, did the Imperium get the Bondon Emperor to go kick this God King's ass?
Imperium... There are halflings that likely have fled via the gates. When the Imperium finds Hin from our world, they quarantine them.
Why would they be quarantined? It's because of this.
There are some halflings, and I would say quite a few, that might still be in quarantine to this day. Thankfully, to Sylvanas, we have passed all the tests of any of the Inquisitors that occasionally arrive at our village. We believe that they are frightened of the Fell Plague, the thing that wiped out many races, including cities of men, upon Agrova long ago.
Plagues are bad.
This is... From the stories, it is a plague that... It's deceiving. There are stories of farmers going out to tend to their fields and not realizing that they've died.
Sounds somewhat productive. You don't realise that you've succumbed to undeath. You keep going.
They were the fodder for the armies of the Undying Lords. You're very interested in Agrova, she says.
Oh, me.
It is a very fascinating history. Brave, he points to the statue. Brave heroes, brave people. It is an honor to be around you. He gives her a courteous bow.
Okay.
Much like my heroes and my father.
All right, then. All right, so give me something to ponder.
Yeah, with your bardic knowledge, you know that this little guy, as unassuming as his round figure kind of suggests, there might be much more to him.
Well, if he's riding a grasshopper, he's probably a druid or he's a crazy Tolkien-esque wizard, which is basically a druid with the wrong class.
And then the rod that he's carrying looks like it's like it's a rod that has a red dragon head on it.
Probably something
like-
he stole from.
Yeah, it looks very imperious and not in the flavor of. Or
It's
he's an
obviously
adventurer.
there
He's
for
just got a bunch of shit that doesn't match, right?
Like any adventurer, kind of looks like a.
Right. Beware of the people who have mismatched clothes of all colors of the rainbow.
Nope.
That hat looks stupid. Shh, don't talk to them. They're adventurers.
That's just, how stupid does it look? Very stupid. Don't talk.
It must be really powerful.
All right. Thank you for your words and sharing in your histories.
She takes out like a copper coin and puts it next to the shrine.
He will pull out a gold coin and put it next to the shrine.
Okay.
And he's gonna elbow.
Chaga pulls out his empty pocket and kind of like gives you a look like Chaga's got no money. None. Nothing under treasure. 0 gold pieces and 3 jars of maple syrup.
Pulls out a jar of maple syrup.
The word maple syrup's worth more than gold.
Hold on.
So
Grackle cover you.
2 gold coins, one for.
Grackle
Oh,
has
thank
a
you.
gold. Grackle has his own gold coin.
Chaga goes over and taps the gold coin just so.
Well, may a cornucopia be overflowing? That sort of thing. Kind of hard to farm around here. It's alright though, I suppose.
Is there anything else I can help you gentlemen with?
One small thing, but probably away from the children. Don't want to give them nightmares.
They are busy with their. She looks in, studies. You can see they're all running around playing tag or something.
Before you give us pretty stern warnings about the Hoarfrost, rumors partake that he would be a dragon. Do you want to revise any of those statements? You know, update anything, something that might be important to us, just in case. You know, we'll be paying our tab before we leave again, of course.
If Hoarfrost is a dragon, he is not he's never bothered the people who've lived here. Curious for a dragon. I think dragon might be a word used for anything that might be scary and misunderstood. Of course, I've never seen the creature. I've never felt the need to go to the north side of the lake.
Your friends on the we're on the west side and they're on the east side. Is where the cutters are.
Cutters are on the east side.
or west.
Yeah.
Well, your friends on the east side of the lake apparently have some sort of intimate relationship with the fella.
It's Fey territory, the north side of the lake. Another reason for us to not go there. The Fey were here long before we were.
As you said before, gotta look to the future.
Please don't bring any of the trouble back here, is what she says.
Wouldn't dream of it.
What trouble?
She's not sure about you guys.
Not sure.
I'm not sure about us guys.
It's mutual. Alright, they're gonna let the lady do the thing.
When we're leaving back, it's like, hey, Barnabas, Do you check on the magic on that statue later? It's probably rude to do now.
You're right, it's ready to do now. And well,
In privacy,
first
perhaps.
let me get myself to a fucking library and look up this fucking cunt's name and figure out what the fuck I did.
Poor bastard. I call him Grasshopper Torturer. But,
Okay, she's now like
oh, she can hear us? We didn't leave?
No, shepherding you guys out. And then I guess you're having this conversation on the way back.
Outside.
Yeah. Anyway, that's very interesting. The halflings aren't from here.
Bomb bomb.
Of course they're not. They're plain refugees. Thought that was well understood.
Yes, all of them. I guess the ones that are born here aren't refugees, they're residents.
But true enough.
But do we know how long ago this was? She does not look older than... He's guessing by human years. Perhaps 30 or 40 years. Is
Give or take a decade.
Has it been this little time?
What do you mean?
It is not much time. I thought this happened a long time ago.
Their huts are impressive, but they're fucking huts. How many lifetimes does it take hobgoblins to make a house?
Yeah,
That's much.
Barnabas knows that halflings, like the oldest recorded halfling, probably lived 200 years. Whereas humans maybe
100
past 100.
Alright, now, it could be as long as 100 years, 150 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, that makes a little bit more sense, yes.
Halflings would probably, and they definitely have in this village, built for quality. Like, they've built their structures to last a long time.
And these ones are...
Still wood,
Yeah.
though. Like, they still need to repair shingles and,
Yeah.
handle problems as they arise.
Upkeep. Maintenance.
Okay, you guys have a quiet dinner. You then go up to your chambers to look at some of the items that you have.
has any trouble come to follow us?
Nope.
Yeah, well, I suggest we get out of here by tomorrow and just leave.
Right. Early in the morning, says Barnabas.
I believe that would be the best course of action.
Yeah, it was at least like a 3-hour skate to the other side of the lake where the igloos were.
So, are we taking the guide again?
I'm guessing not, because she did not want to sit around us much when we arrived.
What?
I guess smashing down the Chiseler's door and might be a bit more trouble that Sprita was willing to put up with. We could ask her.
We just call him that favor, you know. Hey, Mort. Apparently, snow's your big weakness. Can't break down a frosty door. Takes you forever. Okay, think we rest for the night.
Okay.
Yep.
The Chiseler's plate is +1 expeditious energy resistance fire 10 mithril full plate small.
Jesus Christ. Expeditious?
No, it's already written down in the treasure sheet.
No. What does that mean?
Expeditious means 3
Just
times
constant.
per day as a free action. You can get a 10-foot enhancement bonus to speed for 1 round.
Cool.
It's one of those powers that adds on. It's not considered like a plus.
Yeah,
And then
it's 10 additional.
energy resistance fire 10 is pretty self-explanatory.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiseler's ice pick is a +1 corrosive heavy pick small. He also had a amulet of natural armor +2, a ring of protection +2, and a cloak of resistance +2.
So, I think
You found
Mort-
a set of boots of the Winterlands. These are things that allow you to walk on ice and snow without problem.
useful.
The bundle of scrolls, Barnabas says, is the exact scrolls that are required to actually craft a ice golem. There's a scroll of Chill Touch, a scroll of Cone of Cold, a scroll of Gias Quest, a scroll of Ice Storm, and a scroll of Resist Energy Cold.
You put that in your scroll book.
The wand is an Eternal Wand of Ray of Frost. 3 times per day will cast Ray of Frost.
Dibs.
And then
Nice.
there are 3 strange keys that actually do have a minor bit of evocation magic about them.
Okay.
Nice.
So, who wants to sneak attack with Ray of Frost?
I can sneak attack. I do not have magic though.
Do you use a magic device?
I do have used magic device.
So, if nobody's taking it, Barnabas wants it to chill drinks, but we probably have a better
Dick.
use of it.
Yeah, Chaga doesn't have sneak attack, so it's...
Use magic device +14. What would be the DC for that item?
20.
So when I get a couple more levels. Yeah, I have a plus 14 right now.
Ray of Frost is not on Junker's. Like, Junker couldn't use that. Ghost could, but
Your arrows are better.
His arrows are better, and he has Ray of Frost on his list. I think
Mort, hammer.
You know, I think this does go on Crackle.
Yep. It is your ranged. It's your ranged sneak thing. If it's hard to hit,
This is a touch attack, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it under your slot list.
Yeah. That's awesome.
or you could become a bartender and have frosted martini glasses twice per day, 3 times per day.
Is this new armor for Mort?
It is. That's what I was saying before about Mort. Because Mort's got +1 full plate.
So this armor, I agree with that.
So it would
He could
make
use the
his-
bonuses, resistance, and everything. Yeah.
His
I also-
small AC would be way better.
Yep. I'll throw his full plate back into the pile.
Stink.
Very nice.
Yeah, he's happy with his new armor.
DC 20 to activate Eternal Wand of Ray of Frost, right?
Yeah, 3 charges per day.
It's cool.
Refreshes at dawn, I believe.
All right. Does anyone have a need for a ring? I think we went through this last time. Everyone's got a +2 ring, if I'm not mistaken.
You guys have +2 rings.
Uh,
I have a. Oh, I have a +2 ring.
Junker's
Yeah.
Rat has a +2 ring, so if you don't have a
I
+2
have a
ring,
I have a +2 ring.
Los doesn't need the ring because his charisma bonus from Ghost is a deflection bonus, so it wouldn't stack with a ring.
Cool.
So he, yeah.
Oh, I've been calculating my AC wrong.
Apparently, apparently that's a sell item. It's fine.
which is an amazing sell item.
Yep. Cloak of Protection +2.
I could use one. I have a +1. Let's see. Mort has a +2. Barnabas.
Junker has a +1, and at some level he'd like to.
Well,
take
Grackle,
me
you've
down.
got your Cloak of Arachnid, so I don't think. Are you throwing
Oh.
that back?
No. Hell no! I'll buy that up.
Got it.
Well, I have a vest of resistance. Yeah, I'll just increase the vest to +2s and stuff. Just put money into that shit.
Junker's saves are generally pretty good.
Yeah, some people have cloaks that are cloaks or vest +1, but they also do a different thing. So I don't think that this is going on anyone. Like Chaga's not giving up quick runners and muleback cords for an additional +1.
And I'll update Junker's sheet because he actually has a +2 already. So
Okay. What about the rat?
the rat doesn't have any.
All right,
The
so
rat could use
we're
it.
putting the cloak of resistance +2 on Junker's rat. That's hilarious. Little fucking cape on the rat.
So in his gear sheet, you have hand, neck, ring, wrist.
Yeah, you can wrap a shoulder slot item on it. That's fine.
Okay.
I just changed it. Go ahead
Cool.
and add to its saving throws, though.
There we
Amulet
go.
of Natural Armor +2. I don't think that will work for Los. Chaga does not have a neck slot item.
It would help Los if somebody attacked him on the ethereal plane.
Yeah. Grackle, you've got a +1 natural armor. Why don't we up yours to a +2? Because you seem pretty squishy.
Yep.
I'm getting this shit kicked out of me regularly.
Well, and you don't have spells to upgrade, so here's your... And then I think Chaga, or... Well, let's look at Mort first.
So it is an amulet?
Yep.
Mort doesn't have one.
Okay, so the +1 goes on Mort.
Yes. He
Yeah,
does
Mort
do
has
bark-
bark
he-
skin. He does bark skin.
He does use bark skin, and I don't think Chaga has access to bark skin.
Give it to Chaga.
Okay. Fair.
See.
Fair enough.
Like I think our it's the walk around AC versus buffed AC.
Yep. That's fine. I was just not trying to load things out of Chaga.
Grackle has an AC of 26 now. Fuck yeah. So happy.
Well, if there's a dragoon in a cliff over here or a giant polar bear, he's
It's
gonna
not gonna make a difference.
that polar bear is gonna be a goddamn problem.
Chaga will definitely take the natural armor. +1. The tower shield would be AC 30. Awesome. Cool. All right. Boot of the Winterlands. Who needs to run on ice good?
Who needs to maneuverability better?
Mort already has boots of striding and springing, which do not stack with his expeditious armor, but that's only useful in little bursts.
Doesn't stack?
No, it's an enhancement bonus.
And the Winterlands you don't slip on ice, right?
You don't slip, and you can move through ice and snow, I think, without penalty.
What does Grackle have for footwear?
Nothing.
So the agile, fast-moving, assassin-y, sneak attacky guy who doesn't have access to fly spells or wild shape or anything like that.
I don't want to be a hog.
No, but we're basically saying be useful. Be useful, ninja.
Be useful. And when you explode, we'll pick up all the treasure and put it on the next guy.
All right, so I put the boots of the Winterlands. They also act as endure elements in cold conditions, so they keep
Oh,
they
nice.
keep you warm.
Grackle
Nice.
is now naked from the shins up.
Oh, my one note
Ha.
keeps on crashing. Damn it.
This wears a loincloth.
It's Grackle's depraved run.
All right, I think the corrosive heavy pick small goes into the rune. Like, we're gonna steal the corrosive rune off of that.
Yes. So his pick, it's an ice pick, or was it a pick made of ice?
No, it's an actual metal pick.
Okay. I mean, if it was an item made of ice, then we'd have to worry about melting.
There are 2 Bear's Endurance potions, 2 Cure Serious Wounds potions, and 1 Fly potion. You can divvy those up on your own. The Ice Golem manual, I think, just goes into the library that you guys have growing.
Mm-hmm.
Right here, gentlemen, we've got a fucking problem.
And
Yeah,
then
Jesus.
the Sword of Air.
What? Oh,
I think it's medium size, right?
It is medium sized, yeah.
what? All right. Where's this description?
It's in the treasure sheet. It is cool.
You need to be able to cast summoning spells. Now, Barnabas does have a ring that allows you to convert arcane spells into summoning spells when you're within 100 feet or something like that of the Bellefonte Tower.
Cool.
So, in certain circumstances, Barnabas could use this without knowing summon monster. Or
Yeah. Well, I mean,
That's a really cool thing.
It has additional powers. So the first level power when you use a second level summoning spell is that the Sword of Air is actually really light, and you get to treat it as a short sword if it is better. It also regenerates. If it gets sundered or broken, you cast a spell again, the blade is back. The fourth level is all the second level powers plus Bubble of Air, basically a constant air bubble. And you get to speak, read, and understand Orin, but only while the air bubble is in effect.
Mm-hmm.
The fifth level version is a +2 agile blade that allows you to do a wind blast 3 times per day. 30-foot line. Bull rush, basically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Push.
6th level is a +3 agile, and you get to choose at the time of casting shock or frost, and then you can cast fly 3 times per day. A 7th level spell gets jammed into it. It's +4 agile, either shocking burst or frost burst. At 8th level, it's a +5 agile, either shocking burst, frost burst, or brilliant energy. And then if you pump a 9th level spell in it, there's an unknown power.
You summon Fatagan, and he kicks your ass. Give back my sword.
Give back my sword.
Uber Goober, the air elemental.
Sword, please. Okay, this thing's really nifty, and it's nifty even for the other stuff that it does.
Yep.
And
There are 3 people in the party that can wield it. Barnabas, Grackle, and Chaga. They all have... Give me a second. I have to check Barnabas. I know Grackle and Chaga can wield it.
Yeah, but
Barnabas-
I can't.
Bard, so he has Bard proficiency.
He does have Bard proficiency, so Barnabas could also wield it.
As a short sword.
Yep.
Yeah, but I can't cast spells, right? It's kind of useless to me.
Somebody else could cast a spell on your behalf and let you hold it.
Right. So, yeah.
Neither Barnabas nor Chaga, I believe, have summoning spells. Like, I don't think they...
Currently, everybody's looking to...
Nope. My bad. Chaga could prepare summoning spells through his cleric levels.
Mm-hmm. He's a cleric, yeah.
Alternately, Junker can dump them through.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chaga could cast second level. He could make it a sword, basically.
Junker could make it a sword with air bubble that's agile. But then somebody else has to use it.
Yep.
So I think that this stays in the loot for now. This is a thing that we have.
Los could also bond with it and use it. But the item's not ghost touch, so yeah, it's not really effective on him.
Our spells right now.
Freaking protect himself from drowning.
Right, he's a fucking ghost.
I think this ends up on Barnabas. I think I want to check with Mark first because he basically would dedicate whatever his highest circle spell is.
Yeah.
As one of his known sorcerer spells is the summon spell.
Yeah, if he doesn't want to do that, then I think Chaga carries it.
Yeah.
I'm Grackle is like it's a nice sword, but
Grackle was a bastard sword man. This is a bastard sword, but Grackle is
straight. It's no curvature. It's no good.
Yeah, the person who get most use out of the actual sword part of it would be Grackle if you didn't mind not having feats applying to your attack. So I'm going to put it on Barnabas for now.
Yeah. Additionally, because it's an agile weapon, I think Barnabas will make better use of it anyway, because Chaga is strong and slow. Like, that thing will actually make... So when you use it as a short sword, does it do the damage of a short sword, or does it do the damage of the bastard sword?
No, it does damage of the bastard sword, but it is built in a way that
Holy Avenger. Or whatever it is. It's the... What's the sword that is the short sword that you can use to attack undead with?
Sunblade.
Sunblade. It's a Sunblade.
It has the magic
Sunblade
of the construction of the Sunblade.
That is awesome.
Okay, let me guys.
It counts as a short sword when beneficial. So if you only have short sword proficiency, you could still wield the bastard sword. If you wanted to put it into an offhand, it would do bastard sword damage, but be treated like a short sword. If you had a weapon finesse short sword, you could use this bastard sword in its place.
All right, so here's what's happening. One of the characters
when they die
to a mountain. I'm in the volcano. Ah, God.
And you're going to create a dual wielding bastard sword.
There'll be a guy who's like, no, it's my D10 offhand.
I'm getting the restart thing for Windows.
Yep.
So I can push it another hour or restart it now.
Push it.
I don't know if next hour though it'll force me to do it. I don't know if it'll keep milling me pushing it.
Push it twice, then you can time it with me having to drop the wife off at work.
Okay, go again. Pushing.
Because Grackle has a a brilliant exotic weapon that doesn't is just
he can. This would be a good thing for him to wield. He's got this thing called Hob Thinblade, which we basically took Elven Thinblade and made it into a weapon. He's got weapon focus, Hob Thinblade, weapon finesse, which would apply. Slashing grace with the Hob Thinblade. I guess if he could turn it into agile, basically it's no problem. The improved criticals on anything. So yeah, you could use it. It requires somebody to put a 4-circle spell into it every day. His Abyssal Steel Hob Thinblade is doing ×3 crit damage.
Versus a D10.
Yeah.
V10 Waka Waka.
D10 ×2. So he could use it, but it sounded like Ahmed said he didn't want it.
It's not the dice that's awesome. There's a +12, which will eventually, very soon, will be a +16 ×3.
He wants big crits.
Oh, I crit what 70% of the time? No,
he wants
40,
but
30% of the
pumping a thing into it and handing it off to Grackle so he could go flying around like in later levels could be a thing. Yeah,
it's going to be around. It's not going to.
I think we should keep it and use it later, depending on how we grow.
Yep. Barnabas will hold it for now, I guess. Looks like it's just potions and scrolls. I don't know how you guys are divvying those things. Chaga wants the Scepter of the Underworld. If no one,
makes sense.
No one minds.
Nobody minds. The Lesser Fiend Slaying Weapon Crystal. We're not meeting these right now, but eventually that becomes definitely who fights fiends.
Yeah.
Who
do we like? Whose magic weapon do we just stick this on anyways? Like in.
If it was me, and I'm part of the decision-making process, I would stick it on Ghost because bows tend to be a little bit safer than the melee weapons, and they don't get in there. And when Ghost targets a thing and really wants it to be dead,
I think it's a good idea.
it tends to end up dead-ish.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay, I'll drop that on Ghost.
Alright,
Yeah, because
in the process of doing it.
Okay. Um,
something like that sounds like Ghost would be handling it most of the time. Let's give him an extra boost.
we have wizards. Do we have anybody who scribbles?
No
Everybody's
wizards.
sorcerer.
You can leave that book till.
Oh no, sorry. Ghost is a mage's.
Right. Ghost has a book. Um, so Ghost wants the Cone of Cold scroll.
Okay.
Uh,
Chaga wants the Gias quest because it's funny.
okay.
Although I could see Barnabas also.
I think Barnes. I think they Rochambeau for it. Honestly.
That's fine. I'll give it to Barnabas.
Okay. The Ice Storm. Let me just check to see if that's a mega spell. Ice Storm. It is a mega spell, so Ghost would like that one.
Cool. Does he need the chill touch one as well?
I think he does. That is like the classic combat spell. Yeah, he needs a chill touch as well.
Okay, I'm gonna put these under his magic spells just as scrolls describe.
Yep.
Okay. The scroll of resist energy cold probably should be used.
Should go on somebody
game.
who.
Chaga will take it for now.
Yep.
He can cast it.
That Potion of Fly. I kind of want to stick that on either Mort or on Junker. Not Junker. Mort or Grackle.
Let's give it a Grackle. You know what? Grackle's got 2 items that help his movement.
Put on
Let's
Mort.
give it a Mort.
What item is this?
Fly Potion.
I think I already have one.
That's what I was thinking. Do you want me to drop that on him, or are you in there? I don't want to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right, and then we've got the potions. The big bombad healing potions and endurance potions. People who take a shit kicking. Let me just...
Mort.
Mort takes a shit kick. I'm just checking to see if he's got an endurance item. I don't think he does. Sorry, a con item. He does have a con item. So, the healing potions, let's just check what Grackle has, because he can't heal at all. Let's check to see what... So, Ghost would like one of the healing potions.
I've got a cure moderate, I believe, left.
You've got one left?
I've got one cure moderate left, and that's it.
Okay, so...
Are there potions I can buy in this town?
Mort has 2 cure moderates. Grackle needs potions.
Yeah, you can buy potions in this town.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Cure Serious. The Cure Serious, I'm putting one on Mort, I'm putting one on Grackle.
That's awesome.
Because...
Mysterious.
I'm just gonna take the expensive tobacco and put it on Barnabas's sheet.
Oh yeah.
It never made it to the treasure pile.
Right, it's been
It went into his pocket.
Yeah.
The Bear's Endurance. Does anybody have bonus hit dice? Aside from Mort. I think everybody else is like normal race.
Mort has, additional hit dice.
But Mort also has a con item. So we're going to go... Barnabas has a... Yes, Barnabas is Mark has supped at the fountain of Adam's wisdom of your con should be like dumps that
14?
other shit, put your con high.
Does Barnabas have a 14 con? Is that
Got a
it?
16 con.
16 con? Wow.
He's got the con of a drunk.
Nice. Oh, the strength 10, charisma 10. Got it.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
charisma 10 bard.
You can make up for the charisma with skill points. Um, yes, I like this min-max. You just have to get the fact that you're off-putting when people first start talking to you. They're like, "Why are you being such a dick?" I think Grackle.
Chaga's got a 14 con, but
Oh, okay. One on Chaga, one on Grackle. Here, let me drop these things in.
okay.
Because Grackle's got a 10.
What?
No, Grackle's got a 16. Sorry, I lied.
I was gonna say. Fail.
Grackle's got Grackle. He's got a racial bonus. We're gonna put on Grackle anyway.
Okay.
Boom.
These are the 2 potions?
Well, you've got one serious and one bear's endurance.
Oh, 1 bears. Yeah, okay. Perfect,
And
thanks.
Chaga's getting a bear's endurance.
Alistair pouts for a little bit. He's not getting anything.
How is he? What's he got? Like, what's this?
Hey, he just pouts. That's all.
He's just pouting.
Yeah.
See, on my list, he's below the part where my screen was scrolled such that it stopped at Junker's Rats.
Nice.
Never give me nothing. Yeah.
Well, he has spells. He's fine. Pearl of Speech. That grants a language?
Yep.
I'm surprised he doesn't speak Infernal by default. Or Abyssal. Or some other language of the Peen, because
He doesn't know Abyssal.
he doesn't know Abyssal, which means that the deals that he's making, although the deals with demons they only go so far anyway. All right, I think we're through the list.
He's not a demon.
He's a shit, is what he is. He's evil. He's very evil. Look at his alignment. He's God. You tell me he's never had to talk to a demon. How does he do what he does without talking to demons? Look at that shit.
He talks to hags.
Fiendish hags or abyssal hags, or the demon hags.
Okay. The party spends a night at the Wintersnook.
Did they track us across the frozen lake?
And you came back, and then you had an evening.
Yep.
And you slept there.
Yep.
Okay.
We each wake up with one of those Fae in our beds, just singing their little song about breaking bones.
Just at the end of your bed. Good morning. No, the rattling cart that comes into your room is not Frosty Chiseler pushed, but there are halflings that are bringing in fresh squeezed juices and these halfling flapjacks. A pat of butter on each of them with various jams and blueberry jam and or maple syrup. It appears that Chaga has chosen both.
Chosen and.
There's an and. Yep.
Yes.
You guys are given a nice breakfast. There are little sausages and strips of bacon. Some nice, like a wintry bread toast. Followed by some very stiff coffee served in tiny cups.
Junker and Ghost giggle at Chaga drinking the tiny cup of coffee.
Oh, that is tart. Oh, I know what will happen. He picks up the plate. He picks up the plate and licks some of the maple syrup on the plate. Now it's sweet. All right, everyone, let's get going. And Barnabas nervously looking out the window of your.
Okay, think we're gonna head north. I think Barnabas would rather have a guide than not.
Okay, so you're gonna go look around. Barnabas is gonna go look around for a guide.
Well, it's gonna go look around for the guide, the one and the only.
Okay, so you spend a little bit of time that morning tracking down Sprita. You do see she does approach you. She's not running away from the party. Where is her token? Yes, she says.
Hey, Rick, go.
Go where?
Did you think you caused enough trouble?
We need to bring back a beard. That's north.
Yeah, but you went into the Chiselers. You could kill all the snowmen, and then you.
We didn't kill any boy.
They're gonna come. They're gonna come for you.
If they know what's good for them, they will just take their licks. But yeah, this is a bit of property damage isn't the worst thing in the world. Not the end of anything.
Those golems are expensive, I think.
Well, then they probably should have given them better orders then.
Huh.
How much was in that box of gold?
2,200 gold coins.
I'm gonna buy some scrolls or wands, healing, perhaps. Do we have enough?
We have a few. We've probably got 150 charges of Cure Light.
Yeah. Okay.
Where are you going?
We're good then.
Want to look for the source of the code.
You're not gonna make it go away, are you? If you ruin the source of the code, we're not gonna be able to play basketball, and we're
We're
gonna.
not going to get.
It is not our intention.
Yeah, we haven't killed anyone yet. Not planning to kill anything. We're simply going to go and get some beard trimmings. We still do have a problem. Every time I try to describe our prize, please turn around to keep there like everybody else should. Every time I try to describe the problem that we have, you beardy bits. We're out at Chiseler's making us a frozen box.
I don't know.
How is the ice transported back to the city?
It's loaded onto sled, and then where the snow stops, we load it onto wagons, and then I think they bring it to the train.
Can we use the exact same process for the...
We'll probably have to. It's just been easy if we would have been able to get the Chiselers to create us, our own
Yeah,
block
you
to
just-
put them in.
Buy an icy block,
Right.
I don't see the problem.
or zip, zip, get some snow.
Mort here is very, very excellent with making sculptures of ice.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But it is kind of interesting that in all the hubbub, we had 2 questions. We only got one of them answered. That's all right though. Again,
Okay.
nothing permanent happened. No harm done.
Give me a diplomacy check. Grackle is aiding, or he's leading, and Barnabas is aiding. This is to convince Sprita to come with you.
What I tell you about talking in public, Grackle?
I have an 18 charisma. Oh, what's my diplomacy?
37 from Barnabas.
Nice.
Oh, I am aiding. I'm not leading.
Correct.
Just saying. My diplomacy is +10. I ought
21.
Okay, I'll show you the way. As long as you promise you're not going to do anything to the cold.
We have no plans to disrupt the source of the cold. We have no plans on. We're only here to give the Hoarfrost a trim. That's all.
Okay. I'll hold you to that.
Of course.
Grab your skates. It's a bit of a trek.
Hear that, Chaga? Going skating.
Oh, yes, I see. Chaka's spending some of your money buying some foodstuffs for the road.
Hmm. How fast can we move skating? It's still 30 feet?
All right, that's enough, Chaka. He spends like 50 gold on. But I'm just going to subtract another 50 gold. You guys didn't go all out last night, but things are still very expensive in this place. At least if you want to stay in the nicest room in the nicest inn in the middle of Halfling Town, eating luxurious food.
Which we do.
Yep.
It's
So you pay your tab before you leave, and yeah, Sprita's gonna come with you guys. I'm going to, or she'll lead the way. This time, instead of hugging the edge of the lake, you are heading right out into the middle of it and heading north. I'm going to move your characters to Ice Crystal Lake if they're not already there. Yeah, they're there. I'm going to move the suspicious snowman away, though.
So when you were describing evil snowman, I was like, oh, that's kind of creepy.
Till you actually saw the goddamn thing. And you're like, oh,
Oh, oh, buddy.
that's some next level freaky.
All right, so precautionary spells. I believe Chaga is casting Endure Elements on himself and somebody else. He'll get Grackle. No, Grackle doesn't need it anymore. He's got the winter boots.
Yep.
So Chaga will cast that on himself.
Junker has 3 Endure Elements prepared. I believe it goes Ghost, Him, Rat.
Okay. Sprita's fine. Her boots keep her warm. Her skate boots keep her warm. Grackle's fine. You said Ghost, Junker, and the Rat. All right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That leaves Barnabas, Mort, and Alistair. Is Endure Elements a... Well, it's not an extract he knows.
Give me a second. Let's see what we got.
And Barney... takes every day. So Barnabas already burns one of the extracts every day.
Okay.
Which leaves Alistair and Mort.
Alright. Alistair.
I think Chaga will protect Alistair.
Okay. No more, baby.
What do we know about this ice dragon?
Mort has the thinnest, chintziest, bullshittiest alchemist's book I've
I
ever
know.
seen on anybody.
I know.
I'm an alchemist. I learned the 3 things they told me. I've never written anything that I didn't get from leveling into this book.
They're only combat spells, right?
Yeah. Should the casters prepare something special for this dragon?
If it's some sort of ice-breathing dragon, I have endure resistance spells. We also found that scroll, says Chaga. I'm not casting it now.
Yes, the same one you cast on us yesterday.
Junker
Perfect.
is going to sacrifice his adhesive spittle
Okay.
to give Endure Elements to Mort and just be done.
Okay.
And Mort gets told in Nizumi that his book is shitty, and he should write something into
He
it.
should
Like,
write it down.
Yeah, all right. Maybe after this.
if he speaks to Zumi, he gets told he's a dum dum. If he doesn't speak to Zumi, then
He's still told he's a dum dum. He just didn't get it.
all right. Seems we'll ready to go. I think Barnabas also has mage armor up, which he does. All right.
Okay. Spreeta doesn't know anything about the ice dragon. It's just a rumor. I've never seen it.
Well, the chieftain over there seemed to think it was some sort of dragon.
Dragons are bad.
If Dragon knew is bad, he would have come and killed you all. But that has not happened.
I know what snowbanks to bring you to, though.
It's perfect because we've got our keys.
This is quite clearly in Frosty's territory, though.
Frosty?
We should make friends with Frosty first. Make sure he's
Yeah.
busy or friendly.
Does Frosty have big beard?
No, Frosty's the bear.
Yeah, just making sure.
Oh, see, this is where because Frosty is a bear and we know we're fighting a bear, there's some like anti-animal spells. The druid could just be like, "No, he's my bear. Dominate."
Doesn't sound like a thing can dominate. This bear has more levels than you have years in living.
Don't think that matters. The problem is dominate animal only lasts for a very short period of time. It's round per level.
Oh shit.
No, I think Junker's is just like, nope, I don't prep that stuff. All right, well, why don't we, we'll figure it out.
He's pretty big. He's like bigger than you, Mort. Bigger than you! Bigger than you!
Is he crabby?
Yep.
That's not very nice.
I seen him wrestle an adult deer quite easily. And then when it snorted at me, I got the hell out of there. Got the hell out of there.
How fast is this large bear move?
Yeah, slow. You're all slow. Oh yeah, slow.
Is he faster than us?
Maybe. She's doing big circles around her group as you guys are like skating around.
Is there any way for us to persuade him from not following us?
Chaga's being dragged by Mort.
Bat him on the nose with the rolled up newspaper, I suppose.
I do not want to kill an animal for no reason. And I do not want to get killed by animal for no reason.
You let them shoot on, we can decide whether or not you want to stand back.
I need a new cloak. Pair of boots or something. Bear meat's good, right?
Is this bear male or does it have cubs?
Nope, it's male.
Hmm.
It's a big guy. Don't know how he got out of here.
Take it easy on the organ meat from the bear, but other than that, it should be edible.
You're gonna make the bear tasty, Kay, Chaga?
Oh yes, I will do endeavor my best to cook bear. The meat's a bit gamey, though, a bit wild. You'd think that large creatures produce the best meat, but if it's very large, then I'm not sure. It depends really what its diet was.
Adventurous.
That's all right. We'll tenderize the meat beforehand.
There's likely going to be lots of things for us to collect in its den, if that is the case. Just thinking. If it happened to accidentally die maliciously.
Oh, well, I'm bringing you right to its spot. It growls at anyone that comes near.
Right. So, is the door in its den, like past its den or something, or is this acting like a?
Same vicinity.
Okay. If we can avoid it, then it is best.
Okay. I'll go a little ahead then.
Yeah, you just come back. You skate back to us if there's, a big fucking bench.
Yep, she does this little, like, dancer's pirouette on the ice and lands perfectly, and then...
She's got a nice cart,
Okay.
that one.
Oh, I rather like Sprita. She's very, very fast.
BRBs.
She's quite brave as well. She did stand next to us while fighting those damnable snowmen.
She'd be a good pick. Wonder if we could get spells or something that could just boots with arse underneath. They just go.
What was that? My toque was a little too far down over my head. What?
Well, she wouldn't want to, leave the region because she likes skating so much. Wonder if there'd be a way to make skates that make the arse that you need to skate underneath them. Just as they go.
Oh, very interesting. I'm sure magic can do many things. The weave is everywhere. It surrounds us and binds us and ties us together.
All right. I understand. Next you would think you're going to start soliloquying about sand or something.
Oh, yes. Sand.
It's great. It gets everywhere.
I'm playing Papa.
All right, child. I will teach you about honor.
All right, you guys skate and then skate some more. It does noticeably seem much crisper the further that you go north, and the ice itself doesn't have any lines of people skating on the ice, except for the ones that you're leaving behind.
So it's pretty easy to follow Sprita because it's like follow the one line.
Sprita's ice skates don't leave tracks, nor do Grackle's footprints when he's wearing his boots, although he's changed it to skates for now. So, actually, he doesn't have to. He could just walk along the ice. So, yeah, the boots of the Winterlands don't leave tracks.
Interesting. Skates of the Winterlands.
Sweet.
Murder boots of the Winterlands.
Okay, but yes, Mort, Chaga, Barnabas, Ghost, Junker, and Alistair are all leaving tracks. It would be easy for people to track you and where you're going.
We'll give them the slip. We'll do like a circle. Then keep going.
Okay, you notice
Don't
that
you have pass without trace?
Sprita kind of stops. There's a spray of snow as she stops sideways. She puts up her hand. She looks around, and then she darts off. And you can see that she's like going along the far end of the lake. You've reached the other side after about 3-4 hours of skating. Chog is kind of slumped down a little bit and is taking a little bit of a snack break as Sprita is scouting out ahead. She comes skating back towards you after doing an arc around the snowbanks. She stops and kind of sprays Mort a little bit.
Hey, watch it! You end up in my book.
She skates slowly away from Mort.
It's a meaningless threat, that.
I could show you the snowbank where I've seen Fae gather before. We are in Frosty's territory, though. I don't see him. I do see one of his old kills.
Frostay's busy, then it's a good time to, you know.
He could be hiding anywhere. He's white. Blends in.
Well, what was Frosty like to eat?
I don't know. Bear stuff.
Alright. Let's just see if we have any, like, good... How good of a bard are you, Barnabas? Do you have a...
Oh, Chaga today, with the thought of fighting a dragon, is wearing his full plate.
Ooh.
Yeah, but he spends most of his time on his ass when he's not moving on the ice, and part of the time being dragged around by Mort.
Alright, so...
Chaga talks to Los, and Los appears outside of the urn. Sprita looks at Los and, "Hey, the ice!" And Los ducks underneath the ice and kind of gets pushed back out.
How thick is it?
Oh, it's pretty thick. I can't push my way to the other side.
The ice is thick here. We only make our fishing holes on the southern side.
Alright. I thought the fisherman said it was too thick here for the fish to even be.
Yeah. I don't know. It's solid. That's all I care about. It's good skating.
Alright, good skating.
See you see over there.
Where am I looking?
Right over there.
Alright.
You see the face that is covered in ice and not snow? The darker side?
Oh, on the right, yeah?
Yeah, that's all black ice. It's on the other side of there that I've seen Faye gather, kinda in that little area.
Alright. I suppose we could prep ourselves and take a look. Perhaps maybe you all take a peek there, Junker. Junker's going to turn into an air elemental and go for a scoot.
Okay.
Go for a wispy scoot through the skies. Because I believe the term "it's a trap" is just, yeah, of course it is.
Okay, Junker turns into a wisp of wind.
Okay.
Sprita's just doing pirouettes and circles and things off to the side. Always in motion.
Zoom.
And
Right.
Junker's going to go and have a look.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to roll a perception check for Junker. Junkara, 22.
Well, see what we see.
Okay, Junker does see a spot on the side of the black ice-covered rock that Sprita had pointed you to that is solid ground. There are little drifts of snow here and there. Junker does see... It's not obvious exactly what it is, but there are some blocks of carved stone on the ground, covered in ice and snow. Look at maybe some sort of fey ring, or maybe an old campsite, or something. Something is here.
Okay.
You do see tracks, old, to and fro and all over the place, and the tracks are of a huge ursinal creature.
That would be a big bear.
That is larger than a cave bear.
That's a real big bear. Does it look like this region we could move around, or is it going to be all slippy fally?
Well, the place where there's like a couple of blocks of stone is in a relatively flat snowy patch. It is past the lake, though. You'd have to go back about 50 feet, take off your skates, and move to that area, or be wandering around on the ground, like in the snow in your skates, which is really slow moving.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Okay. Does it look like there's a shelter or a den or anything, sort of like to tracks like that this Ursonal creature leaves in a given direction?
It's hard to tell. It just wanders around this territory.
Okay.
You'd have to search. You'd have to search more.
We're gonna come back to the group.
Okay.
Okay.
So the wispy sounds of Nezumi. Fucking big fucking bear in a ring with tracks everywhere and blocks, fucking fairy circles, and fucking bear.
Oh, fairy circle.
Yeah, fairy circle.
Seems like we're in the right place then.
Is this where the door is supposed to be?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Did you see any sort of door?
Big blocks, fairy circle, bear prints.
Okay. Who's got the key? Or the keys? Ooh, I packed them in here. Chaga's got a basket that he's got a bit of ice in, that he's got some fruit, other frozen things, and there are the 3 keys.
So, how are we getting in again, or we just gonna... When you get ahead, you can take off the fucking skates? He thinks to himself, shit. He turned into an air elemental, and he's gonna need to go... Like, if he doesn't turn back, he's gonna have skates on whenever he turns back, so he can't, like...
Yeah. Should have taken them off first. Welcome to Druid 101. I learned that shit early on.
Okay, he turns back into goddamn Junker.
Okay.
I'll show you a way.
All right, I'm gonna move the group of you to a different map.
Druid 101. Never wild shape when in a compromised position.
You wild shape with your pants around your ankles. When you come back, the pants be around your ankles. There's been many times where, like, I want to use my wand. And Bar's like, do you have it? Did you take it out before you switched to wild shape? Like, no, I switched back to person. They take it
Okay,
out.
you guys reach the bank. Those that need to switch out of their skates into their footwear do so. Then you stow your skates and then you start walking over to the ferry circle. Yeah, it's a couple of blocks of stone. It's if somebody has made a circle out of it, it's only because it's a clearing in roughly a circly area, and there's 2 blocks of stone at the edge of them. They look like maybe a marker stone that may have toppled over long ago. Okay. Yeah, in fact, Barnabas recognizes it's more of a waystone as opposed to a fairy circle. It was fey construction. They did place these things to mark the way, perhaps ley lines, perhaps directions, whatever this thing's purpose was long ago. It's toppled, and a lot of the fey markings on it have worn away from weather. It's also covered in heavy rime and partially like partial snowbank. You'd have to spend time clearing it. There is the telltale sign of a campfire here, like somebody has long ago gathered up enough small stones at the center of the clearing to try to make a campfire, and you can see like a dark patch of ground where somebody might have camped before. No sign of anyone here.
Go. So I think we're going to spend a little bit of time searching the place.
Okay. What are you looking for?
We are looking for. Well, Barnabas is looking to see if this is is this a ley line? Or are we on a ley line or an intersection of ley lines? What is trying to reconstruct the original purpose of this circle?
Okay. What are you using to help
I think he's
in this
using
endeavor?
his big giant brain, but I think it's for him. He'd prefer it to be a planar thing if possible, but if not, then it'd be whatever.
Okay. Barnabas also remembers with his big brain that Alistair is sensitive to ley lines.
Well, we're gonna use Alistair's divining rod. All right, kid. Fucking whistle.
What do you want?
Is this a ley line?
Yeah.
He casts detect magic.
Yep.
This is always freaking me out.
It's a confluence. It's a joining of ley lines. They seem to be bending in. Oh, there.
And he points over to like the big wall of rock with all the black ice and icicles kind of coming down upon it. Like it was like even in the shadow there is cold in this place.
They're all kind of bending into the hill.
Why would it do that?
There's something there.
Well, key's gonna work.
It's in the earth. The place that's making it bend is in the earth. Let's get it. Get the power.
Oh, settle down. That's the opposite of settle. We get beard trimmings.
Yeah, his version of witch is the
What time are you leaving, Adam?
ley line guardian. Although he doesn't guard he
Well,
doesn't guard the ley lines, but he's sensitive to them.
Okay.
Yeah, cold spells might be bad here. Or just power. We should make a note of this place. Yeah.
Already done. Barnabas is tapping his head like.
Come out, wherever you are!
Shut the fuck up.
What's wrong with you? Junker goes. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, there's just a twisted grin from Alistair's melted mirror mask. That
All right, so we think that face there is probably going to be where our key will be used to go to a place.
Alistair casts detect magic again.
Yeah, those rocks over there.
All right.
You see where this... No.
And he points down. He scampers over.
There.
And he's kind of pointing down at the ground where the ice had frozen over the side of the hill and kind of frozen in bubbles along the ground. He's actually pointing at a spot in the ice.
This spot has magic just under the ice.
And it's more horizontal than it is vertical. Like there's something under the ice, like a hole.
Let's excavate.
Yeah, okay.
Careful, don't use that one. It's like don't use the adamantine one. We want to just break the ice, not the shit underneath.
All right. Fine.
He does the snort of snot. He's like, yeah.
How old are you? You're still not getting your nose to do the things.
When I'm big, I snot real big.
Shut up.
Now, there's like a conservation of snot mass. When he shrinks.